good morning, good afternoon, good evening, you beautiful people of the tube, wherever you may be. I'm going to do a quick video about 14 items that you're going to need when you take ownership of a boat and you're going to move on to it next week. Alright, so you need to go shopping. Alright, you need to get a few bits, you need to get your card out, and it's going to cost a bit. Let's start, okay? Sorry if my face is giving me jip today. Right, so let's start, shall we, with the list. By the way, sorry I haven't done a video in a while. I've been working and I'm really tired. Okie doke, let's get started. Right, number one, okay? Get yourself some decent walkie-talkies, alright? There's nothing worse than one being on the towpath, one being on the boat, and you're in a lovely quiet location where there's residential neighbours and you're shouting at each other and you're never going to hear each other. Even if you're on the boat and one is at the front and one's at the back, you're not going to hear each other, alright? So the simplest course is just to get a good set of walkie-talkies. I recommend spending a few quid on these, okay? Motorola or something with a good range. You can get cheap Chinese ones, but their battery life is diabolical because I've got a set of those, and the battery life is, you leave them unattended, they won't hold the charge, put it that way, alright? So get yourself some decent Panasonic or Motorola walkie-talkies, right? That way, if you have an argument, it's only over the walkie-talkie, isn't it? The whole world don't hear it, okay? Right, this one is 50-50, it's up to you. Get yourself a folding ladder, okay? You can use this to go across the boat. I wouldn't recommend it from towpath to boat. But if you happen to be in a lock and you, for whatever reason, are in an emergency and you cannot get out or get to the current ladder that's in there, or it's in such bad condition it's not safe to walk up, if you've got a folding ladder on your boat, you can unfold that really quickly, right, and get out of the situation as fast as possible, right? So you just put it on the gunnel or somewhere secure on the roof and you chip up that ladder and you get off the boat. Alright, now I'm mucking about here. It's a case of, like, your safety is more important than your boat going down. I understand you don't want it to go down, but you need to get out of that lock. So get yourself an aluminium folding ladder, okay? Keep it on the roof, lock it up, and you'll be able to get out of a sticky situation. Alright, waterproofs, okay? Some decent waterproof clothing. Okay, in the winter you're going to have to move every 2 weeks anyway, so get yourself some waterproof trousers, a decent waterproof jacket to go over the top of your other stuff, and if you want to, waterproof covers for your shoes. Depends if you've got like waterproof shoes on anyway, but yeah, you're going to need a good set of waterproof top and bottoms, alright? Decent gloves. I don't mean gloves as in like keep your hands warm. I'm talking about hard wearing gloves for when you're handling ropes, alright? Because believe me, the boat will run away with itself and you'll be holding the rope and the rope will run through your fingers and you'll feel it, alright? So, good gripping gloves. If you're a seasoned boater, you don't normally have this, but it's recommended that you have it on your boat anyway, in both small and large sizes for adults and for kids. Life jackets, okay? Especially if you're bringing kids onto a boat, have the life jackets, alright? Invest in this, store them in your boat somewhere, pull them out when the kids get on the boat, alright? Even for yourself, if you can't swim, this will save your life, okay? And also, have a safety strategy, alright? So, have a drink, talk it over, and put yourself through a few scenarios like what ifs, okay? If you're stuck in a lock or, you know, you need to get out, you need to have a plan of action, alright? So go over a few situations that you could be in, sticky situations, and have a strategy, a get out plan, okay? all right, so that you know what you're doing. Right, a cork float for your keys. If you've got a big bunch of keys, put 2 or 3 of them on there, all right? Last thing you want to do in the middle of the night coming back from work is drop your keys in the canal and you can't get into your boat. I'd recommend getting a magnet as well, because that will save your bacon. All right, so get yourself some cork floats. All right, this is a funny one. Get one of them secure strings. If you have glasses on, all right, you know the ones the teachers use, it secures to the side of your glasses, so that if you're in a lock, you're climbing up or coming down, right, or you're just driving your boat and you bend down, your glasses don't fall off, bounce into the canal, and you can't use them. And now you're driving a boat and you're basically blind. All right, so get a secure string for your glasses. Okay. Next one, get some decent gripping shoes. All right, something with a good sole grip on them, because you're going to be on muddy surfaces, grass, and whatnot. All right, when you're pulling that boat in, the last thing you want to do is go in. Depending on how big your boat is, believe me, some of them are huge and very, very heavy. So you want a good grip on the towpath, all right? So some decent gripping boots. Barge pole. If you're a novice boater and you're panicking because you've lost control of your boat, okay, and you've got someone at the front, which I recommend you have someone at the front, they can grab the barge pole. I recommend making it look like a matchstick. And what I mean by that is put an old t-shirt or something on the end of it. And if you're heading straight for someone's boat, you can use the barge pole, okay, with fabric on the end of it to push away from their boat, okay? And you won't cause as much damage as if you didn't have it on the end there. Because if you're just using a wooden stick and you're poking someone's boat, you could scratch the side of the boat, scratch their blacking or scratch their paint, right, and they're not going to be happy. So soften the end up, okay, and have your poles ready. We have 2, a large one and a half size one, so depending on what you need it for. All right, I recommend this because if you're new to boating, you're going to want to get out of a problem. You're not going to want to create one. All right, the next one, your windlass. This is what you use on the locks, all right, to open the gates, okay? Well, not the gates, the paddles, okay, the gates you push. So you need your windlass to open the paddles, to fill up your lock or to empty it, okay? This is a given, you need that, you've got to have it, all right? CRT key. Some of the locks are electric, so you're going to need a CRT key. And this key will also get you into the Elson and all that lot. All right, dustbins and stuff. That's another given, you need it. So get the key. And you're going to need pins, right? Now, I recommend 3. Depending on the way you moor your boat. If you moor them that way and that way, it's hard to explain it, but I'll show you. Like that, okay? That will keep your boat pivoted in the middle and it will stop it swinging back and forth. But if you've got a large boat, it's always good to have a centre pin, okay? But if you're on tidal rivers, don't put the centre one in, because the levels go up and down, and you'll have to keep the other 2 a little bit loose when you use a plank to get across. So you need pins. Minimum 2, 3 I'll recommend. All right, have a backup, because you might lose it. And the last thing, get yourself some extra rope. The last thing you want to happen is you've done an, I don't know, like 2 miles cruise, maybe longer, all day, right? And one of your ropes is deteriorated and it snaps. You didn't realise, okay? This can happen, all right? So have a spare rope, all right? Have a spare rope on your boat, tied up nicely in a little spiral. You know, that's what people do. Have a spare rope on your boat, on the roof, okay? Keep it clean, all right? If it starts to get green stuff on it, scrub it off. Keep the ropes clean, all right? And unwind them, turn them round and let them dry out, because they'll get damp underneath. Flip them over, All right, because the last thing you want to happen is you moor up, your rope goes, you've only got one rope. You have to pin your boat up in the middle, right? And your boat's going to be doing all this business all night, right? If people go past and that. So that's it, all right? Extra rope. So that's your 14 things you need to buy, right? I couldn't say how much it's going to cost. I know that if you go into a chandlery, it's going to cost you a fair bit, all right? So expect to pay out for this, but these are essential things. Once you buy them once, at least half of these, you don't need to buy them for 10 years, all right? Some of them will last a lifetime. Okay, so I hope that helps, all right? And if you've bought yourself a boat, fantastic, right? Good luck, and get yourself your bits and pieces, and enjoy the summer. It's just round the corner. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe, and I will do another video a little bit quicker than the last one I've just done here, because I took a little bit of a break, really. I wasn't feeling very well, and I needed a rest, you know, but I'm still here. I'm still smiling. I'm a little tired, but I'm here, okay, to answer the questions you're wondering about. And if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. I'll answer every one of them, all right? Take care, guys. Be safe and happy boating. Bye-bye.